During All-Star Weekend, Caitlin Clark joins Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe for a live episode of A Touch More. And let's just say that Caitlin Clark does not hold back on
Caitlin Clark just found herself on the receiving end of some sharp humor from none other than sports icons Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe. But it was her unexpected response that truly caught everyone off guard. In a rare and candid moment, Clark opened up about what Taylor Swift really said to her in private, putting long-running fan speculation to rest. She also finally confronted the viral meme that took the internet by storm. This wasn't your average media spot. It was an unfiltered peek behind the scenes, shedding light on the surreal aspects of her fame and the heavy expectations that quietly shadow her every move.
Just a few states over, she loves a good Cheez-It and will wash it down with some swig. She loves Scrabble, outdoor concerts at the Ruoff, and golfing at Crooked Stick. She's every rep's favorite, and she dresses like a CEO because she's a boss. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark.
All-Star Weekend took an unexpected turn when Caitlin Clark stepped into the spotlight during a live podcast taping. Right from the start, the hosts wasted no time turning up the heat. Instead of a standard warm welcome, they queued up the legendary intro music from the 90s Chicago Bulls, typically reserved for sports icons, and cheekily introduced Clark as every referee's favorite. The audience burst into laughter. It was a direct jab at the ongoing narrative that's trailed her all season long, the heated exchanges with refs, the technical fouls, and the non-stop media chatter about her fiery on-court demeanor, but Clark didn't back down. She took it in stride, laughing right along. And just like that, the tone was set. This wasn't going to be another safe, pre-packaged interview filled with canned responses. It was raw, real, and unfiltered. Over the next hour, the trio traded jabs, swapped wild stories, and delivered moments fans won't soon forget.
Is whispering something into Caitlin's ear, and they have like a dialogue back and forth. Plenty of people were wondering what was actually said, what could be said between these two giant stars. And Megan Rapinoe just bluntly, flat out asks her, and she says, "Don't lie."
They kick things off by diving into the viral mystery that had the internet in a frenzy. You know the one, Caitlin Clark spotted at a Chiefs game, sitting next to none other than Taylor Swift. Cameras caught Swift leaning in to whisper something to Clark, sparking a firestorm of speculation online. Lip readers scrambled, wild theories popped up everywhere. Was it career advice? A secret brand partnership? Maybe even a collab in the making? But Megan Rapinoe wasn't about to let it slide without answers. With her usual no-filter approach, she asked Clark straight up, "Be honest, what was actually said?" The answer: hilariously underwhelming. Clark revealed she was basically giving Swift a live football breakdown, pointing out penalties, analyzing plays, and explaining what was happening on the field. Turns out, even the world's biggest pop star, who just happens to be dating an NFL superstar, needed a little game day tutoring, and Clark, being a die-hard Chiefs fan, was more than up for the job. It was a perfect snapshot of her surreal reality, where explaining holding calls to Taylor Swift is somehow just part of the routine.
Well, they made you take like a 15-minute timeout if you got a yellow card.
That's ridiculous.
They're like, yeah, go to the bench for 15 minutes. I'm like, it's like a timeout, like you're 10. Like,
Was there orange slices there? No, there's not. That sucks.
Yeah, 15-minute
Yeah,
timeout.
I had an innumerable amount of yellow cards. Only 2 red cards, both from my mouth.
I didn't get any red, but I got a lot of yellows. It was always my goal, but...
Honestly, you two might be our best ever never played for the national team players. We could have used you guys.
But the fun didn't end there. The hosts brought out one of the most legendary images from Caitlin Clark's time in the spotlight, a now infamous screenshot from her clash with Ryan Howard of the Atlanta Dream. You know the one. Clark's hair is wild, her expression completely twisted into a chaotic snarl, caught in mid-motion. The image instantly went viral, not because it captured athletic grit, but because it looked like she was having a full-on meltdown during a nationally televised game. When the photo appeared on screen, Clark's reaction was pure gold. She burst into laughter, tossed her head back, and immediately roasted herself. "This is what I looked like," she gasped between laughs. "I thought I was coming off as tough." She even admitted that in her mind, she was thinking, "I'm not intimidated." But the screenshot. It painted a totally different picture. It was a brilliant moment of self-awareness, a public figure who's not just willing to laugh at herself but does it with style. In a world where every move is analyzed and spun into a headline, Clark's ability to take it all in stride isn't just refreshing, it's a superpower.
Center mid.
Yeah.
You guys did fine with that.
We're forward.
Center forward. Center forward.
Not
center
defense.
Yeah. All three of us, to be honest. We'll be up top.
No, I know. Whenever they introduce me sometimes, or they introduce somebody else, and it's like all defense, all that. I'm like, that was never me. That'll never be part of the resume. None
Smart.
of us.
But not all defense.
Yeah. No. Okay. I don't know if you watch Saved by the Bell.
So good.
This might be my
Goofy that you're
favorite
talking
one.
about. This is Goofy that you're talking about. Goofy Caitlin.
I feel like every game there's always like a new meme of me doing something.
The stories only got more entertaining, offering a glimpse into the surreal world Caitlin Clark now lives in thanks to her skyrocketing fame. One standout moment came from her rookie season, when she was fouled hard mid-shot and went crashing to the floor, landing right at the feet of none other than Sue Bird, who was sitting courtside. Before Clark could even finish telling the story, Bird jumped in with her hilarious version of events. She admitted she totally froze. In her head, it was instant chaos. Do I help her up? Will people think I'm playing favorites? If I don't help, will they call me cold or petty? She was stuck in a spiral of overthinking, paralyzed by the weird social expectations that come with being near someone as high profile as Clark. Meanwhile, Clark was just laying there on the hardwood, staring up at the lights, and apparently wondering if anyone in the sold-out arena was going to lend her a hand. The moment perfectly illustrates the strange gravitational pull of Clark's stardom. Her presence doesn't just attract attention, it reshapes the atmosphere, even making seasoned veterans second-guess how to behave. It's the kind of fame that turns even ordinary moments into viral-worthy spectacles.
This one is top notch. I don't even know what happened.
I mean,
I do.
What game is this?
I have no idea.
Atlanta. Ryan Howard was trying to rough you up.
Oh, is that? I was like, I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You're like, I'm not scared of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not scared of you.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I did say that.
Oh, it was so good. I remember I was watching this game live.
I thought I was tough, and then this is what I look like.
This interview offered a rare breath of fresh air, a reminder that beneath all the headlines and hype, Caitlin Clark is still just a funny, grounded young woman navigating an extraordinary whirlwind. Her ability to laugh at memes and awkward viral moments was disarming, but behind the laughter, a much heavier story has quietly been unfolding. Reports have begun to surface about a lingering injury that's more serious than fans were initially led to believe: plantar fasciitis. This isn't some minor knock or a routine sprain. It's a painful, chronic foot condition that affects the tissue connecting the heel to the toes, an especially brutal injury for an athlete who thrives on quick cuts, bursts of speed, and explosive movement. For Clark, it's not just a physical issue, it's a flashing warning sign. The toll of playing non-stop elite basketball for over a year straight is starting to show. Consider her timeline. From the relentless grind of March Madness, straight into the WNBA draft spotlight, and then immediately into her rookie season. No break, no recovery, no reset. This injury isn't random. It's a byproduct of the immense pressure and non-stop schedule she's been pushed through. It's the first visible crack in the armor of a player being asked to carry more than any rookie should. Meanwhile, the rest of the league isn't slowing down. In a blockbuster move that could reshape the WNBA's power structure, the New York Liberty just signed Belgian superstar Emma Meesman. This wasn't just a smart acquisition, it was a strategic masterstroke. Meesman is one of the most accomplished international players in the world, a former WNBA Finals MVP, Eurobasket champion, and a rare combination of size, three-point shooting, and defensive dominance. And the Liberty? They were already stacked, with stars like Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquil Jones. Their bench could start for most franchises. Adding Meesman to that mix, it's almost unfair. It feels like watching someone build a super team with cheat codes on, assembling a dynasty in real time. The contrast couldn't be starker. On one side, the league's brightest young star is struggling just to stay on the court, pushed to the brink by expectations. On the other, a loaded New York roster is building an empire, quietly setting the stage to rule the league for years. It's a powerful and sobering snapshot of where things stand in the WNBA right now.
Honestly, the freeze frame doesn't do you justice.
Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I didn't actually look like that, right?
No, you were not that goofy in real time. This is so good. In real time, you were like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm right here. My whole face is right here. Freeze frame. You're like, my whole face is right here. Tough.
Oh my hair's all messed up. I just got hit.
Yeah, you hadn't fixed the pony yet.
It all circles back to the two opposing realities that define Caitlin Clark's rise. On one hand, the podcast gave fans a glimpse of who she really is: funny, self-aware, and incredibly relatable. We saw a young woman who can laugh at her own viral moments, break down football plays for Taylor Swift like a total fan, and navigate awkward situations with legendary athletes using charm and wit. That authentic personality is exactly what fuels the Caitlin Clark effect. It's what draws people in and makes her more than just a great player. It makes her a cultural force. But the very thing that makes her so magnetic is also what's put her on an unsustainable path. That fame has evolved into a high-pressure machine, one built by the media, the league, sponsors, and fans, that demands constant output, both on and off the court. And now, it's starting to take a toll. Her body is showing signs of wear before her pro career has truly taken off. It's the cruel paradox of stardom. The same humanity that made her a phenomenon may now be the thing most at risk because of it. The impact of this dynamic is nowhere more obvious than in the contrast between her team and the juggernaut forming in New York. The Indiana Fever have built their entire identity around Clark. She's not just the face of the team, she is the team. When she's healthy and dominant, it's electric. But when she's sidelined, the entire structure feels fragile. It's a high-risk model, one star carrying everything. Meanwhile, the New York Liberty are building something entirely different. Their approach is depth, balance, and overwhelming firepower. Even with key players missing time, they're covered, thanks to MVP-caliber talent like Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. They've assembled a roster so deep and dynamic that no single injury can derail their momentum. They're built not just to compete, but to dominate, long-term. This isn't just a clash of teams, it's a deeper philosophical battle over the direction of the WNBA itself. Can one transcendent star, no matter how popular, carry the weight of a franchise, and a league, alone? Or is long-term success rooted in balance, depth, and strategic team building? The Liberty's rise brings that question into sharp focus. Is the Caitlin Clark model, built on one generational talent, a bold blueprint for the future? Or a beautiful, but ultimately unsustainable, dream?
Looks big. But yeah, I like that moment I had with Stewie when I made that one over her. Like, I don't know how I made that shot. Like, I barely got it over her fingertips. Like, Stewie's one of the longest players in the league.
Like 8 feet with her arms. Yeah.
And I just started laughing, and then Stewie was laughing because we were both like, wait, what? How'd that go in? And then Sandy's
like,
laughing.
What the fuck? You're like,
Sandy's
what the
laughing behind me. It was.
But the pressure weighing on Caitlin Clark doesn't just come from her role on the court. It's amplified exponentially by the unrelenting media ecosystem that surrounds her. That's what made the podcast with Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe feel so refreshing. It was a rare break from the constant glare of the spotlight. Most days, Clark isn't just an athlete. She's a headline, a trending topic, a walking storyline in a never-ending sports drama. Every dribble, glance, and soundbite is scrutinized. We've seen it, from the days-long obsession over the Kennedy Carter hip check to the endless narrative building around her so-called rivalry with Angel Reese. Clark isn't merely playing the game. She's starring in a media circus that feeds off controversy, speculation, and conflict. And that kind of emotional and psychological wear and tear is just as punishing as the physical demands of a pro season. It's no coincidence that this all-consuming environment contributed to her current injury. This isn't just about fatigue or overuse. It's about living in a pressure cooker with no off switch. Playing 40 minutes a night is only part of the job. The rest. Constant exposure. Constant expectation. Constant noise. To this point, the question isn't if this pace will break her down. It's how long she can endure it without lasting damage. The current trajectory simply isn't sustainable. A true recovery plan has to go beyond physical rehab. It means a total shift in how Clark is supported, by her team, her coaches, and even the league itself. The Indiana Fever need to move away from the one-player savior model and build a reliable, balanced roster around her. Coaches must be firm in managing not just her minutes, but her off-court obligations as well, limiting her exposure to the burnout that seems inevitable. And perhaps hardest of all, Clark herself will need to develop the power of no. She'll have to set boundaries, even when that means disappointing fans, brands, or networks eager for more of her time. Protecting her health, both mental and physical, has to take priority. The WNBA is at a pivotal moment. The Clark effect has sparked record-breaking attention and revenue. But now the league must grapple with a harsh reality. What happens if the face of this movement can't keep going? What's the backup plan? It's a tough but necessary conversation. Because if the league wants long-term growth, it must stop treating its biggest star as a limitless resource and start treating her like a human being.
I was like, what do I do?
So
I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I help her? If I help her, people are gonna be like, why didn't you help her? If I don't help her, they'll be like, how come you didn't help her?
I was like,
and I'm frozen in time.
I remember what happened. This was my rookie year. Jordan Horston fouled me,
fouled you.
And they didn't call a landing space foul per usual. They never do. They just called a normal common foul.
Burn.
But yeah, I was like, I thought one of the Seattle fans would help me, maybe even you. But
I know I'm not. I vividly remember I froze.
I even have green shoes on, and no one still helped me.
I was like, oh my god.
I was like, I don't even see you down there. Tommy, though, again,
with another Letterman.
Yeah, is very concerned.
As we catch these rare, unfiltered glimpses of the real Caitlin Clark, one question lingers, quietly unsettling and deeply profound. We've seen the human behind the headlines. But what's the true price of becoming the face of a revolution? Clark has brought a tidal wave of attention, energy, and revenue to women's basketball. In just months, she's shifted the entire landscape of the sport. But the same spotlight that elevated her to icon status may also be the thing that burns her out. Because this isn't just fame, it's pressure at an almost inhuman level. Right now, the biggest question in sports isn't whether Caitlin Clark can deliver a championship. It's whether she can survive the very movement she ignited, without losing herself along the way. Can she continue to be that authentic, magnetic force fans fell in love with, while navigating the relentless demands of stardom? That's the challenge. And the answer may define not just her future, but the future of the league she helped transform.